Hello, my name is Nathaniel Barton, and this is my midterm project for my Interaction for Game Design class. I created a simple arcade-style platformer called Loot Leaper. Using elevators, levers, and careful jumps, the player must attempt to navigate an ascending series of platforms and collect all of the loot they find. They must watch their step, however, because falling means game over. For Loot Leaper, I created several functioning menus, the first of which is the all-important main menu. This menu includes an exit button to completely quit the game, an options button to navigate to the options menu and adjust graphics settings, and of course, a start button to begin playing the game. While playing, the player is able to pause the game by clicking the pause icon in the top left corner of the screen. This brings up the pause menu, which includes the same exit and options buttons from the main menu, plus a restart button that allows the player to start the game over. If the player manages to collect every piece of loot, the game celebrates by showing the player a victory screen, which includes the restart and exit options of previous menus, plus a main menu button that returns the player to the main menu. If the player missteps and falls to their doom, the game shows the player a game over screen. Each menu includes some sounds for a bit of artistic flavor, and I had a perfect sound in mind for this menu. The game over menu allows the player to restart, go back to the main menu, or completely exit the game. Courtesy of Ryan Laley's inventory tutorial series on YouTube, I had a well-structured blueprint framework for a loot collection. Using the parent blueprint item, I created child items coin and gem. Both can be collected by the players via key press, play a fun little royalty-free sound on collection, and contribute to the player's collected loot total. During gameplay, a simple HUD is displayed to the player. This HUD includes an explicit count of the total loot collected, the total loot to collect, a progress bar to visually indicate how much loot has been collected, and the pause button mentioned earlier. The loot collection and loot total values are stored in the player character blueprint, and the HUD's display text is bound to both, allowing both values to update automatically as needed. When the player approaches an interactable object, such as loot pieces or elevator levers, a small HUD appears to indicate that the player can interact with that object by pressing a certain key, in this case, E. The HUD will flash orange to make key presses feel legitimate and registered, and will fire respective chains of code for each item's custom interact function, which they inherit from a common blueprint interface for interaction. To assist the player in their loot leaping endeavor, various elevators and levers populate the level. To use an elevator, the player simply steps onto it and it will move automatically. The travel direction of the elevators is instance editable, making them far easier to implement in the level's design. In case an elevator is stuck in an unreachable position, the player can call the elevator back by using the appropriate lever. Similarly to the elevators, the levers are also customizable by instance, and allow specification of the elevator instance they're bound to, and whether they're placed at the start of the elevator's path or the end. When activated by the player, the levers fire the appropriate custom event in the elevator blueprint to bring the elevator back to the calling lever. To make the final loot pieces a bit more challenging to reach, the final platform can only be accessed by jumping onto a more erratic elevator that moves by itself in a looping path. This elevator is a separate blueprint that works alongside a spline path to move smoothly along a looping curve. Overall, this was a challenging but fun project to undertake, and I may polish the game with some custom assets and HUD elements in the future. Hopefully you found this breakdown interesting. Thanks for watching.